Hey guys, I haven't made a video in quite a while. I've been busy taking care of all kinds of stuff we're preparing for. So right here, just a quick update. We've actually moved the garden closer to the house. As you see, to keep this one from getting into it, keep him from chewing up the AC unit, and keep him from chewing up the water hoses. I've gone through 7 water hoses from this little guy. So over there are the last of the peppers. I've pulled everything else out. I've moved some of the beds. I'm going to move the rest of the beds. These are 2 new beds. I've got this one over here just empty. I've got these little plastic containers that I've turned into beds. Little lettuces in there growing. As you can see, the trees are losing their leaves and losing it all on top of my things. So, not quite sure what's going in here yet. I got a bed over there. I haven't put anything into it as far as grass or anything, or dirt or compost or anything. So it's just got the grass. I'm putting cardboard underneath, as you can see here. I've got cardboard and egg crates that I'm using to help try to keep the grass down. I cut it down when I originally started putting it over here, but I haven't really done a whole lot since. So it's starting to grow back. My intention was to cardboard down the whole area. You can see we put our fence. Cardboard down the whole area and just put mulch over it to get rid of all the grass. But I wanted my beds in place before I put the mulch. Which I've gotten 2 good beds, these 2 little containers so far. And I'll probably keep doing that, doing another big bed. I plan on over here having my asparagus bed and a strawberry bed. Probably use that bigger one over there for the strawberries. But real quick, just to show you what we've got here. I believe that's a regular white snowball cauliflower. Those 2 at the ends. Right here is possibly going to be my spinach. I'm hoping finally is germinating properly. Looks like I've got some little invaders right there, little clovers. This is what I have left of the radishes on this side, just 2 radishes. We've had good little radish harvest here and there, picking them as we're going. Beets, I've got some beets finally. I've had a couple. We actually threw them into a stew, which was really good. This is a broccoli plant here. There should be a second one. There it is. Second one right there. So you got the big one doing really well, and the second one's kind of getting shaded out. I have a red cabbage right there. These are the beets. Go over here. This was supposed to be area for strawberry spinach. Didn't work out. We'll discuss that later. Only Swiss chard that I have that grown. But I've reseeded. It looks like I've got little baby Swiss chards trying to come up, but they're not looking very strong. Once again, we did have a bunch of radishes in here. So I think they might have stunted some of the growth, shading them out and everything. I've got 2 radishes over here left, and then right here is my carrots. They're going to be growing through the winter. As you can see, I built a hoop system for this. I just need to get the plastic to cover it, but so far down here in Texas, it's been very mild, cold nights. Lowest I think we've gotten is down to 40s. Most of this is cold, hardy, so not damaging it too much. Alright, and over here, that sad little plant, and this one, not as sad, but still kind of sad looking, is going to be my purple cauliflower. Hopefully these will go through. I also have a tiny little one right here. That is another red cabbage. So we've got a few things in here. Hopefully we'll grow through the winter. My son loves this Swiss chard. I planted a rainbow variety. This one looks like it might be a yellow one. This one's just a regular looking one. As you can see, we chopped a few leaves off here and there. It's growing some more down in there. My son got a hold of it and started eating the stems like celery. And then we did a peanut butter and jelly wrap inside the inside. I put peanut butter and jelly along here rolled it up like a little taco, and he went to town. Loved it. So this is going to be permanent garden area. He's got his little workstation here. Hoping to put some beds in there. I'm going to trim back this tree because I noticed that it does, at least during the winter time, block a lot of the morning, midday sun. About 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon it finally passes over here. Hopefully during the summer, I believe it should be coming more off of this area. And as you can see, it'll be a straight shot, so that way my tomatoes and tomatillos and bell peppers would get plenty of sunlight. Alright, let's go check out the peppers. Alright, so this is what's left of the pepper bed. This one is the one that had all the beans, cucumbers, and all kinds of stuff. I gotta clean it out. I'm going to go ahead and wheelbarrow all this fill in here into one of the other beds. Take this one is my, I believe this one's 6 foot. Take this and take it into the garden area and use it probably for strawberries or just something. But anyway, I had a few peppers here. These were the smaller ones, the ones that got put in late. As you can see, they're still kind of producing. I did have one cold night, and it seemed to damage a couple of peppers. This one looks pretty damaged. And as you can see, some of the leaves look like they might have gotten a little too cold. But like I said, this was a very underdeveloped plant. Got put in a little late in the season. These were put in a lot earlier. As you can see, they're pretty good. This one's almost up to my chest, so I'd have to say about 4 feet tall. Got a lot of little purple bell peppers, and as they ripen, they turn reddish. This one's kind of greenish orange. But yeah, I've harvested quite a bit from these. This one's now turning into a very pretty red. Some are still purple. I had a few purple varieties in with this bed of peppers, and basically it took the pollen just mixed with everything. Everything was purple. I even ended up with some purple spicy peppers. Don't know how, because I didn't have spicy peppers. As a matter of fact, that's a purple spicy pepper right there. All my peppers were supposed to be sweet and ended up with the spicy variety. I've been calling them purple jalapenos, but they're not very jalapeno-y, and they're not that extremely spicy. As you can see, this one looks like it's flowering again. Every time I clean them off, they go back to flowering. And something keeps pollinating them. So I haven't had the heart to pull them out. I've just been harvesting. We harvested a bunch of the banana peppers and stuff like that, and a bunch of these little peppers. I'm not too sure what these are. Once again, I bought a blend pack, so everything's kind of a mystery. They're green, they turn into a reddish. Got a bit of a wrinkle on them. Not spicy at all. But yeah, we took a bunch of these peppers and the purple bell peppers and canned them, pickled them. So that was what we did last. Look, there's another spicy pepper. That's another one of the spicy variety. Once again, they're purple. And then as they ripen, they'll turn red. And when they're red, they really got a good kick to them. Right now, they've got a little spice to them, which I like because my girl likes the purple ones. But yeah, everything grows purple and then turns to its original color that it's supposed to be. So, like I said, I just haven't had the heart to pull them out. I'm just letting them die off with the weather and taking what I can. Got quite a bit here still to pull. That's a good looking one. It's not fully ripe. Still green on that end, but yeah. See, and that one's a good size. Where these other ones are kind of small and dinky. But I haven't been watering it. I've just been neglecting it. Hoping they'll go away so I can get these beds back into our new homes. Like I said, right over here. I'm going to put several beds. I only went about halfway onto the patio. As you see right there, there's the end of the fence. Left this open for the kids and for the dog. And the dog is tied up right now because I don't want him getting into the bell pepper patch. Before I finished the fence over here, I had already started that garden bed, and he ran through it when they were all seedlings. So what I originally plotted out may or may not be where it's supposed to be, but I figured out for the most part what's what. I did have two interesting flowers that grew where my collards were supposed to grow. Looked at them and definitely knew they weren't collards, so I had to go online, look it up, and ask a few people. Turns out to be just a regular weed around this area. So I went ahead and pulled them. I do have a couple collards planted in my lettuce, the plastic containers. So we'll see how they do in there. I might try to figure out a way to cover the plastic containers as well, or maybe just when I pull out I've got most of the radishes pulled out of here. I got some radishes to pull out of there, and the beets on the back side should be ready before it gets really cold. So by the time I pull those out, maybe I'll just tuck those little black containers in there, cover it up when it gets freezing. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a wonderful day, and can't wait for next spring to show you what we've got. Maybe even an update on the winter garden. As long as we get it covered, we should be able to harvest stuff like the Swiss chard and the lettuces that are in the containers throughout the winter. It doesn't get too cold out here in Texas, and they're cold hardy, so with them being covered, they should last us throughout the winter. Y'all have a wonderful day.